Hello, welcome to Task 65, Part 2. If you didn't watch the first video for Task 65, you need to do that part first. So we are following up after creating a sub-assembly of our large arm, which should look like, let me see, this. We're now going to follow up and make a smaller arm, and as you may have guessed in the third video, we're going to put them together to make one large assembly. So our goal is to make this part today and turn it in. We are going to start with the same project that we've been working on, the same file for Task 65. It has the parts in one tab, it has the large arm assembly in a second tab, and now we're going to add a third tab. When we create an assembly, we can rename it Small Arm Sub-assembly. And we are going to start by inserting some parts. So we're just going to insert two parts at first. We want the small arm and one small arm pin. So once we have those pieces, we're going to place them and accept that change. Okay. Let me see, are we looking at the isometric view? There we go. Just to show you, there's the pin on the other side. So without moving these parts at all, we want to actually group them, kind of like we did in the first video. We're going to find this group tool. It kind of looks like two squares with a frame around them. And when I find group, I can choose the two pieces that I want to group together, the small arm and the small arm pin. And once I have selected them in the sidebar, and I see those are the instances that are getting grouped, I can accept. So now when I move my arm, the pin comes with it. That's just what I wanted. And I see we're actually over the origin over here. I'm going to right click on this piece and choose Fix, so that this will be our stable foundation for the rest of the sub-assembly. And we can start inserting the rest of the parts that we need. We're next going to insert the small arm grip, one more small arm, and this pivot pin. So once I have those pieces, I think I'm going to put them over here and accept. So let's look at the isometric view. We can see all of our pieces here. First, we're going to kind of do something similar to what we did in the first video. We're going to attach the grip. So let's use the revolute joint, or the revolute mate, I should say. And we are going to select the collar of this grip. So do I want this part? Nope. Nope. That's not it either. Here it is. This is what I want, the collar of the grip, right where this pin meets the square face of the grip. Let me select it there. And now I'm going to zoom out again. And I want to get the inside of this hole, so I have to turn things around. I'm going to zoom in over here a little bit. And just get just the edge where the face of this arm, the inside of the arm meets the hole. I grab that edge. And let me see how it looks. That looks correct. So since it is a revolute mate, I can animate it. I'm going to right click on the revolute joint and choose animate. I can press this play button, and there it goes. So if you are able to animate your mate here and you see the grip spinning, that means you did it correctly and you're ready to move on. Great, so we're going to stop the animation and we're going to think about our next step. We are going to use the fastened mate tool next, and we're going to join the pivot pin to the small arm. Here's our pivot pin. And you can probably guess there's only one hole left. We'd better put it in this hole. I'm going to zoom in on this pin. So again, I want to find the collar right where this little peg meets the top face of the cylinder here. And let me zoom out and turn things around. We want to find the inside of the arm again. And we will zoom in right on this edge where the face of the arm meets the inside of the hole. That looks good. Let's see the isometric view. Okay, let's accept. So in this case, this pivot pin is not going to be flush with the arm. That's expected. You can kind of see it in the assignment image here. So if your peg has a little peg sticking out, that is normal. Next, we're going to join the other side of the arm with the other side of the pivot pin. So let's bring the arm kind of in place. Let's use our fastened mate. And I'm going to start by getting the collar of the pin. Do I want this edge? Nope. Do I want this face? No. I want the collar, yes, right there. Okay, let's go isometric again. This pin should be going into this hole right here. Let's zoom in a bit. So I don't want this, right? This would be the hole on the outside face of the arm. I don't want this. Yes, I want this edge, right where the inside of the arm meets the hole. So when I click there, we should see things are fastened. I think that looks good. So I'm going to use my check mark. I'm just going to rotate around to see how things are looking. Good, I like the way we see a little peg visible from both sides of this pin. It's very symmetric, which makes me think we are in good shape. So this looks good. So when you are ready and you have fastened everything looks correct to you, you want to make sure that all of the mates are visible before you take your screenshot. As you probably noticed in the assignment, for this particular part, you do not need to have your name. You just want the small arm assembly and a screenshot or a snipping of the image with the mates visible. So don't worry about having your name etched in for this particular part. Okay, so make sure you upload your screenshot for the small arm assembly with the mates visible, and I'll see you in the next video.